Clark, Miami, nangu look on your arm. Marks, Mapinti, a cable direct. I like to look on your arm. Marcelo Polo, direct Mapinti. Orange Naman, Likasu, Hip Hop League, Shampopo, Shambisi. Oh, it was fire.
How are you feeling watching it, and prominent feelings that you experienced watching this final episode?
Yeah, I'm happy to do mine. So mine was all the emotion, and if we just talk about Chasing the Sun, all 5 episodes, the one thing that has really got into me was often not the players or the coaching; it's the South Africans that they kind of pan into in these different spaces around the country, rich, poor, rural, urban. It resonates with me because you can see it on people's faces what it means. And now it doesn't matter who it is either. It doesn't matter if it's black guys in townships, black guys in the middle of Sandton, white guys. It just doesn't matter anymore. These guys have crossed the boundary, which I'm really glad that's happened. But just tremendous unity that's kind of brought about by the Springboks winning. But I've just loved seeing the enjoyment of fellow countrymen.
And that obviously, without probably feelings of extreme pride.
And we won.
Anwar, the same question, your feelings watching that.
The overwhelming sort of thoughts when watching the entire series, just recapping on the entire series, for me shows just the unity that it brought from everyone. Yeah, just confirming what he says. But what that also showed for me was the human nature behind it all, the human aspect, which seemed to be for me a lot more prevalent in this series than the 2019 or 2020 edition of Chasing the Sun. For me, this was unity at its finest. It showed me exactly what and who I support and where I belong. I watched this and, man, I'm not going to lie, I burst out into tears on every episode. They know exactly which triggers emotionally to push here. And you got to give credit where credit is due for those that produced this and the access that they've got. It showed us what we want to see. We want to see what it means to them. We want to see how they do it, why they do it, who they do it for. I mean, we've seen all the stories. We've cried with all the guys. We've burst out with tears when Bongi had his sit down in the change room. I mean, who didn't? But that just shows that the emotional investment that each and every one of us who are supporting South Africa or supporting the Springboks, what we've invested and how we can feel like we belong to what they are showing us. And that's what I took away from it.
I completely agree with you, especially your overall feelings about the whole series. In terms of this particular episode, it was my favourite, not by far, but by a little bit of a distance of Chasing the Sun too. And one thing is for sure, I won't be watching this again for some time because I was exhausted. My feelings were so strong. What I went through was so strong that I was, even though I was euphoric at the end and stupidly emotional, it was just too much. I felt drained. But what really struck me and caught me by surprise was when the players were running out the tunnel of the final, and Andrew and I were blessed we were actually there, in the stadium watching this.
What a privilege you guys had. What an absolute privilege.
You saw everybody with their wristbands. Everybody was given a wristband which lit up as the players all ran out. And at that moment, oh God, all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I had this weird wave go through my body, and I was back in the stadium. And all with that heightened nerves, excitement, anxiety, it was all there again. And I thought, oh gosh, I know what's coming here. I'm going to relive this flipping final, which I found unbearable at times, and that's what I went through. My feelings were so strong from the first half, where I was quite confident, relieved that Springboks was asserting themselves, and then a bit frustrated that they couldn't kick on and score a try or so. Going to the anger of Sia not giving that pass so he could score, and then getting the yellow card and just having this feeling of impending doom, heightened anxiety, thinking, oh, I've been here before. The inevitability of the All Blacks coming back, and the stress of genuine stress of, even though I knew the results, the Springboks are going to win here, but I was living it to going, shit, oh God, and at the end, the relief when Wayne Barnes blew that whistle, the relief. And Andrew was saying, the stadium, I was inconsolable for a long time, and it was the same process sitting at home. It was like,
I was inconsolable for minutes after that final whistle.
Then they take you all around and they show Springbok supporters everywhere, and just making things worse and worse and worse.
The clock, my arm, now look on your arm. Marks, my pinky. I can't put direct. I like to look on your arm. Marcelo Bola, direct my pinky. Orange man. Lekasu, Hip-Hop-League, Shampopo, Shambisi. Oh, it was fire!